This is Brent and Adrienne Campbell's 1970 Buick GS Stage 1. It's a Grand Sport. This is GM's luxury muscle car. This is one of those rarer than rare cars that survived the 70s in one piece, even though it was designed and built to kick the Hemis to touch with a factory tricked up big block. This automobile, built way back in 1970, then restored in the mid-90s, is as if it rolled straight out of the factory, ready to tear up Route 66 without a care in the world. When I say this is rare, what I'm actually saying here is that over a 4-year production time from 1968 to 72, only 664 of these tough-as muscle cars were actually built. GM decided they needed to take on the Hemis and win, so they took the stock big block 455 that the other Buicks had, threw the heads away, bolted on a new pair with bigger valves, higher compression, specifically tuned 4-barrel quadrajet carb, then slipped in more aggressive cam to really slam the stunningly high torque to the tarmac and still have a good mid-range horsepower. Like every true muscle car, GM slotted a 4-speed gearbox in behind, and in this case the crunchy old Muncie M22 4-speed box to shift that torque to the posi-track axle in the rear. They called these models the Stage 1. GM went on to produce the Stage 2 after, which included factory headers etc. to further battle it out with the Hemis, as by now the war had really started to heat up. Buicks have always been the luxury GM, being just one step down the hierarchy from the cruisy Cadillac with every comfort you could possibly think of. GM wanted to produce a muscle car that was also comfortable for rocking along the highways, so the Grand Sport known as the GS was born to be just that. This car is simply stunning, with all its comforts and little extras added to the interior for the driver and the passenger satisfaction, right down to clips along the hood lining to slip your seatbelt into when not in use. Any other coupe or hardtop on the market just left them hanging for the backseat passengers to hang themselves when trying to get out of the car. The rear armrests and passengers have had complimentary ashtrays built in and courtesy lights set into the rear pillars as well. The air conditioning, factory stereo and extra vents up front, along with a stylish dash to encase the recessed bank of gauges, just screams muscle car, but class at the same time. The upholstery throughout is classy and a step up from the factory muscle cars built at the same time, which were normally just built to go and not for show. The exterior of this car is simply gorgeous. The extra detailing with the stainless trims, including the wheel arches and bottom sills with the red stripes, stepping it up just once again from the norm. The vents recessed into the bonnet are actually there for a purpose, feeding air into the air cleaner via sealed ducts, so the cold air only would feed the 4-barrel to help produce the extra horsepower desired. The pillarless design with the doors and rear windows is a standout on these coupes. It leaves the lines to flow from the front to the back when the windows are down and simply accentuates the sleek lines of a muscle car. The vinyl roof adds the classiness and almost gives it a sleeper look. The recessed tail lights and that huge chrome back bumper forming an aerodynamic styling, almost as if flowing on from the space race designs of the earlier Buicks. This is a stunning example and so original. The original wheels have even been tucked away for safekeeping. Brent also has the sales sheets from back in the day when you could buy all this spec'd up automobile for $4,489 American dollars. It was probably a lot of money back then, back in 1970. But just think of that investment now and what you'd actually have in a muscle car. I can fully see this awesome looking machine tearing up them American state highways with that tricked up 455 engine revving just nicely, ready to be slammed into action with that 4-speed shifter on the floor. Yeah baby.